The opinions in this podcast are all our own.
But the businesses are real chamber members.
It's a chamber chat.
Coming to you from Wahoo, Nebraska. Chamber Chat with Kate
And Kat.
Welcome to Chamber Chat with Kate.
And Kat. I'm Catherine Nygren, owner of Found and Flora Flower Shop.
And I'm Kate DeCoste, owner of Kate DeCoste Photography. This podcast is everything Wahoo Chamber of Commerce.
Well, Kate, we have another guest in the Saunders County Historical Society studio.
Yes, that's a lot. It is a mouthful. Yes.
We have Melissa Harrell. She's the city administrator for the City of Wahoo here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. So we're talking about Downtown Revitalization.
Yes, exciting.
Yes. So how did that all come about?
So the City of Wahoo had an opportunity to apply for a community development block grant. We submitted that application last fall, and it was actually approved and accepted. So we started down the road of selecting a firm to help us with the planning effort, and went through. We got to check all of the boxes in the federal process because the community development block grant money is federal dollars.
Okay,
and so. There's half of it that is coming from the CDBG and the other half is being funded by the city.
Okay.
So, yeah. And we went through a selection process where we accepted proposals from different firms and had a team of interested outside of the city parties review them.
Okay.
And score them. And then collectively we totaled the scoring for those, and JEO Consulting was the top score for the process. So we moved forward and entered into a contract with them, and it was fun. I mean, it was, initially your gut says JEO with how invested they are in the community that they would be the right fit for it.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. But it was interesting to see some of the other proposals come forward too. And I think we got a few good ideas. I think you were on the scoring committee, right? Yeah. So,
it was interesting to read all of those.
Oh, I'm sure.
So the downtown has been on the city's kind of target list for quite a while. And I know we hear a lot of people saying there's a lot of interest in seeing something happen in the downtown. So we had this on our list. Then we got a grant for the downtown water main project updates, and it makes sense to do stuff underground before you do stuff on top of the ground. So that kind of delayed it a little bit, and now that project is complete. We're completing this planning process and hoping that we'll clearly identify some projects for us to move forward with. So,
Wow, that's smart thinking.
Yeah, and it totally makes sense to start digging things.
Yeah.
Before you put something pretty and then have to dig it all up.
Yeah. And admittedly, there will be pieces here and there that, concrete was poured because a water line was installed that may come out. But the idea was that we're not sawing through brand new concrete, across the entire downtown. And I don't know what the downtown projects are going to look like.
Sure.
That'll be part of what's identified through this process. But yeah, so.
Nice.
Well, how exciting. I feel like our downtown is such like a blank canvas. So I'm really excited to see what comes out of all this planning.
Yeah. And I'm really excited. We signed the contract and we had a kickoff meeting, and I sent out an email asking for interested parties of people to participate in a steering committee. And I was expecting to get 5 or 6 folks, say, hey, I'm interested. I got to like 12, and then I was emailing the consultant with JEO and saying, hey, can we accommodate this many? And by the time we were done, we have about 25 people.
Oh, wow.
And they're individuals who are clearly passionate about the downtown, and folks who have not, it's not your repeat volunteers. It's people who I think are signed up because they have a genuine interest in seeing what the downtown can be, helping shape what it will be.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love that you're getting that. That sound that makes, it obviously Wahoo residents take pride in all sorts of things, and obviously
Yeah, the development of the steering committee was very organic. People just said, yes, I'm interested. Here's why. So
nice. Well, and I love that we were going to have Kristin from JEO on so that she can give us a little bit more of like what's the next, all the phases.
now that we have our planning group, like what comes next and how the community can get involved. If you didn't get on the steering committee, what else can you do to put your input in there?
Yeah.
Glad she's going to be here.
Yeah. Well, Melissa, thank you for letting us know everything
Thank
that's
you. Thanks for having
how
me.
it started. So.
Yes.
And now a message from one of our chamber champions.
Hey, Kat, did you know that JEO Consulting Group started right here in Wahoo way back in 1937?
Wow, 1937? That's nearly 90 years of impact. So what were they doing back then?
They started as W.G. Johnson Construction Company, specializing in engineering, surveying, bridge design, and construction. And then over the years, they grew, forming partnerships and expanding their services. By 1979, they became Johnson, Erickson, O'Brien and Associates, and in 1999, they officially rebranded as JEO Consulting Group Incorporated.
Oh, wow. So they've been building communities for nearly a century. How big are they now?
Today, JEO has grown from that first office in Wahoo to over 12 offices across Nebraska, Iowa, and Kansas.
Oh, I love that. A company that values both its history and its future.
Today's guest, what we have with us, Kristin Ohnoutka, and you are a planner at JEO.
Yes, that's right. Yep, working with the city on the Downtown Revitalization project. So we're excited to talk about it today.
Yes, we are very excited.
Good. I'm glad.
As I think, it's been mentioned, people talk about, they're saying it's happening, but it's great now that we can just have you on and give us some of the highlights of what we should be seeing, I guess.
Yeah. Well, JEO, I think most folks in Wahoo kind of know JEO and what we do. But the city hired us to do the Downtown Revitalization Plan to kind of help them figure out what's the vision for downtown. Where do we want it to go? What are our challenges? What are the opportunities we have to try new things and to step outside of what we've maybe done in the past? So we know that the city's done a downtown plan in the past. But now we're kind of setting a new vision for what's next and what's to come. And that can be streetscape design of like engineered new streets, new sidewalks, what that looks like, but then also events and different programs that you can do downtown and everything. So kind of everything under the sun that you could picture and imagine in downtown, we're going to try and help the city envision that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like all of it.
I do too. I'm like, sign me up for all of this. Yes.
Well, and tell us about the planning process. So there's all these ideas out there. Like, how do we get from we want to do something to like actually seeing it done?
Right. Yes. That's like the ideal with a plan, right? We don't just draw up these big ideas and then it sits on a shelf or whatever,
Sure.
So we always want it to turn into something and turn into real projects. So the planning process, which we're in kind of what I'd say is phase 1 right now, which is just evaluating what is there.
Okay.
What are the current conditions of utilities? What buildings are there? How are they being used? How are they not being used if they're maybe empty? And then what are the assets in downtown? Like your new mural that you got. Like that's an amazing new feature to downtown. And like how do we continue to build on that momentum and excitement? So so that's phase 1. It's really just looking at what we have currently. And then that gets you into phase 2, which is setting goals. So looking at what do we have and where do we want to go, and then finding the difference between those two things. And then hopefully the very end is phase 3, which is a brand new plan with a list of projects and ideas that the city can implement and apply for more funding for in the future to get projects done.
Nice. So you're looking for some input from people. This isn't just JEO's plan. It's not just the city's plan. You want to kind of reach out and get ideas from folks to kind of hear what they want to see downtown.
Yeah, that's a big part of phase 1 actually is we can pull data from like online data sources like the U.S. Census and American Community Survey, and it can give us a lot of information. But you all who live here and experience downtown every day, you're going to tell us better than any numbers online, what's really happening in downtown. So yes, the survey, which is online and available. So if people want to take that, there's a QR code that you might see on flyers or fact sheets or postcards around town. So if folks take that survey, that's really going to help make sure what those final projects are that we recommend align with what the community once and told us in the survey.
Okay. So if you have an opinion,
And we know people do.
and we know you do, go to the survey.
Yes, we
and
love opinions.
and put it in there.
Yes.
That's why you have it. If you
Exactly.
didn't want it, the input, you wouldn't have a survey. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yes, we will take all information people want to give us of ideas or struggles that you've had in downtown or that you experience. So again, local people are going to know that better than we ever could. So yeah.
I love that.
So no big idea is off limits. Like you want to hear
No,
all
yeah.
the good, the bad, the ugly.
Exactly. Yeah.
And kind of like what you're wanting to see, and like this, and like you said, like if there's a struggle that you've had that
Yeah.
you want to.
Yeah. And part of that too, we have 2 surveys going out right now. So the one I was just describing is the community survey, but then there's also the downtown business owner survey, which is specific to downtown business owners or folks who have an organization in downtown currently. What are your struggles with your building, with getting customers downtown? Parking is a hot button issue, of course. But yeah, so we have 2 surveys happening right now, and the downtown business one will really give us a good idea of what some of the struggles are that they face.
Right. Yeah, I didn't really, because my business wasn't right downtown when I had it in Wahoo, so it's not something that you're gonna have way more like input. That I would have input as a person that goes downtown,
Right.
But you're gonna have an input that running a business downtown and goes downtown, but yeah. So I think that's great to have both of those.
And there's such a mix downtown too. I mean, you've got the bank, you've got your shop, like restaurants. So
Yeah.
we'll get some really good diverse feedback, I think, from the business owners.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How long can people take the survey? How long is the survey up for?
Yes, great question. It goes to the end of September.
Okay.
So, yep. We would love everyone's feedback all the way through the end of September. We actually are also doing a couple of different pop-up events at community events happening in town over the summer. So Saunders County Fair is one that we're going to be at. If you see us, we'll be handing out information there. And then the Wahoo Experience event.
Oh, nice.
Oh, perfect.
So yes, we will be at that too. And just still collecting survey feedback and talking to people about the project and what they want us to consider in this phase 1, like we talked about. So
right.
Nice.
Oh, that's good.
And did I see that there's a map of what you're considering the downtown to be?
Yep. So we've got a map on the flyer and everything, but it mainly encompasses the core of downtown plus some assets that are on the north and south. Buildings like the Civic Center is kind of like that bottom south border, and then the north is like the library and City Hall and just the walk past that. So,
Okay.
yep.
Yeah.
Nice. All the kind of the efforts that you're looking for would concentrate in that area.
Yep. Right in that urban core area where most of those businesses are. So,
Okay.
Nice. And I like that you're even thinking about like what to do in town. You know, it's not just like, okay, I want to see trees, I want to see benches, I want to see different things. It's like, what do you want to experience while you're downtown? Like the festivals or any sort of like,
yeah, which the chamber,
Interaction.
I mean, all of the events and stuff that you guys do too really ties into that, because it's not only what is the city going to be able to do, but what can our partners do too, you know, the chamber and even some of your other civic organizations and everything. So your farmers market, those types of events and everything.
Right.
nice.
Is there like a timeline or anything like so the timeline of the survey is September.
Yep.
I feel like people are going to want to know like when are they going to maybe see things happening?
Yeah, so by the end of phase 1, that'll be end of September. That's when we're kind of done collecting all the information up front. And then we get into that phase 2, like I talked about, and that's going to basically carry us through the holiday season where we're really taking in all the information, setting goals and visions. And then early next year, we'll have some preliminary designs and ideas out there for people to respond to. And that'll actually be a second survey then, opportunity for people to respond to some of those first preliminary lists of ideas. And then it will be finishing up basically around this time, a little earlier next year, around May or June. So there'll be a final plan all done in less than a year from now.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
And I know that seems, I think for some people are like, that's a long time. But I feel like you're doing though, you're getting all the input, you're really doing this, you're really making sure whatever it is that is the final decision is really thought out.
Yeah. Yeah. And we don't ever like asking for input that we're not going to use in the projects that we do. So we really want to take our time getting good feedback from the community so that ultimately, a year from now when we have a final plan, we make sure that we use the most of that information that we collected and we just say, oh, cool idea, toss it aside.
Right, yeah.
We want you anyway.
Great.
Right.
Like, no, we don't want to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's like, I'm so excited.
It's exciting, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Wahoo has seen so much momentum recently too, and it's downtown. So I think this is just going to continue to build on that, and the work the chamber does, and some of the new development happening and everything. So I think it's exciting.
Yeah, and I love seeing people so excited, like with the new mural with the Arts Council. People have just, I mean, they are loving it. So I just think, like you said, having that like that, I feel like that was kind of like a little like launch, like soft launch,
Like,
of the of like. And I was talking to someone on July 4th, and she grew up here. She went to high school here, and she had brought her mom still lives here. She brought her family, came for like the holiday, and they were taking a picture by the mural. And so then I was chatting with her, and I had said about how this is going to be happening, and she was like, "Oh, I'm so glad, because I think Wahoo really can do that. Like we're ready for it." And just having, and then they were like, having this mural is just, again, kind of that little launch of it.
Yeah. And honestly, the momentum that really creates long-term change is like those small little things, like one mural or somebody deciding to do a statue walk or something. Like it's those little things that ultimately build up into big change.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see you're doing those little things. Are going to build into something great.
Sure. Yeah.
When I feel like, like you said, Wahoo's ready, like we don't have to leave town to do cool things. Like we can do cool things in our town. And I think we have a really great blank slate for our downtown. And so I'm really super excited about this project just to see what comes out of it.
Yeah. What do you guys hear, I guess? What do you hear about downtown and everything? What do people like to do?
What they liked. I think the thing I have just heard of like people wanting it to be something that you're not just walking, like getting out of your car and walking to wherever your destination is, that it is actually, that is a destination.
Yeah.
I heard like park, maybe there's a bench, maybe there's trees, maybe, something that it's actually like a little more inviting and not just like I'm running my errands, I'm parking and going into these spots, but it's actually like I can enjoy downtown kind of thing is what I've heard. I don't know, with you being a business there, I'm sure you've
I would echo all that. Just kind of like the walking is the experience. Like people come to the store like, what else can we do? So places to send people like, okay, go check out the new mural, go check out, whatever else is new in town. Things that you can like walk to. You don't have to like get in your car. Like we have such a walkable downtown. Yeah. And I'm not of that mindset, like when I'm at work at the shop, I'm like, oh, I got to go to the post office. And I'm like, wait, I don't need to drive to the post office. I can walk to the post office.
Sure.
Just getting out of the mindset of like, I have to drive everywhere when we have so much stuff that's so close in our town, just kind of encouraging the walkability and
especially like unique stops like your shop. Like it's just in a unique experience and people probably travel from like even outside of Wahoo to come to some of these things. And so giving them like an opportunity and some spaces to let them linger and to not just, okay, this is the one and only reason I'm here.
Right.
In and out, I'm done. Like there's other things to look at or to visit and and you can use different things like bench seating or trees or different murals and things that like make people stop and observe their environment more than just out of my car, in the store, back in my car.
Right.
Like,
Right.
check, done.
Yeah.
And everyone kind of uses downtown differently also, whether it's your shopping or, hey, it's just the closest place that's walkable that I like to stroll around or I'm just here for events that happen or whatever.
Right.
So there's kind of a variety of opportunities to improve certain things for each of those different uses.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I think we get nose blind too, like when we park and go to our errands, like you said, walking around downtown. It's like, oh yeah, when you slow down just a little bit and you notice things. And I think it's great.
Yeah. Well, this is awesome.
Exciting.
So exciting. We'll have to have you come back.
Yeah.
Kind of like in the next, maybe updating when there's maybe in the next phase or whatever, and just kind of give a little
That'd be great.
update on it.
Yeah. Well, again, if people want to take the survey, we've got it through September, and then it's also on the city's website and everything too. It'll be
good.
on social media and stuff. So hopefully you won't be able to avoid it.
Yeah.
At some point. Like, oh, I got to finally take this.
Yes. Or stop and see you guys at the fair.
Absolutely.
Or experience or Wahoo Experience.
Yes.
So where are you guys at for Wahoo Experience?
I don't know yet,
Do you know?
actually.
Okay.
No, yeah, we'll have to
We'll have
post
that on the website for Wahoo Experience. So
Okay.
if you're looking for that,
Yeah.
that'll be there. So
Awesome.
great. Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being here.
Yeah,
this was
thanks for letting me
awesome.
talk about it.
Yeah, we're glad that you came to
so
talk about it. So thank you everybody for listening or watching, and don't forget
To keep it local, friends.
This has been a Chamber Chat
With Kate.
and Kat.
See you next time.